think everybody has issues with Brexit. We all are worried and we all want some certainty in the future. But foreign nationals who are living here have a whole different range of uncertainties. And the Institute for Conflict Research here did some research. They interviewed a lot of Europeans and they found that they couldn't get expert immigration advice, that they were worried as to whether they would have the paperwork to fill in the forms needed to get permanent leave to remain here and settled status. Then there are all sorts of issues. Will they still have access to education, to healthcare, to pensions when it comes to the end of the day? And then they have a range of issues around if they go back home, will they have access to healthcare there while they were on holiday? Would their relatives have access to healthcare? I could go on, and cross-border workers have a whole different range of issues. But there's a backdrop as well that many of them feel that they've actually been rejected. The referendum just felt like a slap in the face. And then there's a third thing, there's the whole background of from the situation where more people were migrating or seeking refuge across the Mediterranean, that there already began to be a much more active language against foreigners. And somehow the Brexit campaign and Brexit results gave people permission to be far more vocal about that. And we know that in GB in particular, there were a lot of very nasty spike in physical attacks on foreign nationals. Now the irony is that in a way here, while Europeans may well suffer racist attacks, we also have attacks on some of our most vulnerable people, people in fact who may well be asylum seekers or refugees who've already suffered elsewhere. And they may well be picked upon because they're visibly different, that is the colour of their skin, or because they choose to wear a form of dress that we see as Islamic. And of course in Embrace, what we would like to see is that people would become more aware so that they could challenge some of these attitudes. And we run refugee and migration awareness training and small worlds events where people can meet people from other countries and find out what makes them tick.